The presidency has defended its decision to impose a 15% import duty on petrol and diesel, describing the move as a strategic economic measure aimed at strengthening Nigeria's energy independence and revitalizing its industrial base. According to a statement issued on Friday by Mr. Sunday Dare, the special advisor on media and public communications to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the new policy is a bridge, not a burden, intended to encourage domestic refining, conserve foreign exchange, and create employment opportunities within the nation's energy and manufacturing sectors. Mr. Dare explained that the policy represents a deliberate step by the Tinubu administration to reduce Nigeria's over-reliance on imported fuel, which for decades has strained the country's foreign reserves, despite being one of the world's leading crude oil producers. For years, the nation has depended heavily on imported fuel, despite being a leading crude oil producer, draining foreign exchange and exporting jobs that should have been created at home, the statement read. This new policy is designed to reverse that trend by encouraging local refining, boosting domestic capacity, and ensuring that Nigeria's oil wealth translates directly into national prosperity. The presidency maintained that by imposing the new import tariff, the government is creating an environment that favors local refiners, such as the Dangote Refinery and several modular refining plants now coming on stream across the country. This, according to Mr. Dare, will help stabilize the downstream sector and gradually make Nigeria self-sufficient in petroleum product supply. He added that as local production expands and domestic supply chains strengthen, market prices are expected to adjust naturally, resulting in more stability and reduced vulnerability to global oil price shocks. As local refining ramps up and supply strengthens, prices are expected to moderate while jobs, investment, and industrial activity expand, Mr. Dare noted. This policy is therefore not a burden, but a bridge from dependence to independence, from vulnerability to strength. The statement comes amid public concern and criticism from industry stakeholders, following reports that the federal government had approved the 15% duty on premium motor spirit, PMS, and automotive gas oil, AGO, commonly known as petrol, and diesel, respectively. Documents obtained by SaharaReporters revealed that the approval was contained in a restricted presidential memo dated the 21st of October 2025 and reference Pres. 8197, HAGF 171, FIRS 4088-2, NMDPRA 2. The memo, signed by Mr. Damilotu Naderemi, Private Secretary to the President, was circulated to key agencies, including the Attorney General of the Federation, the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NNPC. The document conveyed President Tinubu's endorsement of a market-responsive import tariff framework for petrol and diesel, aimed at reinforcing energy security, protecting domestic refining capacity, and aligning import prices with local production realities. However, industry analysts and some petroleum marketers have expressed reservations, suggesting that the tariff could lead to higher pump prices for consumers and potentially grant the Dangote Refinery a significant competitive advantage over independent fuel importers. According to SaharaReporters, some stakeholders alleged that the move may effectively lock out smaller importers from the market, giving the Dangote plant near-exclusive control over Nigeria's downstream fuel supply, a claim government officials have not directly addressed. Meanwhile, petroleum marketers have warned that the new import duty, if implemented without corresponding policy safeguards, could push the pump price of petrol to 1,000 per litre or more, especially if the local supply gap persists before domestic refineries reach optimal production levels. The policy, which comes into effect after a 30-day transition period ending the 21st of November 2025, forms part of the administration's broader effort to restructure Nigeria's downstream sector and foster a sustainable, market-driven energy economy. The government insists that while short-term discomforts may arise, the long-term benefits, including energy, self-sufficiency, job creation, and reduced capital flight, justify the policy shift. Our goal is not to burden Nigerians, but to build a stronger, more self-reliant energy sector that creates value and stability at home, the presidency stated. This is about transforming our oil wealth into real national strength.